Hey guys, welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Sentence Openers. I'm thrilled to have you here as we delve into the art of captivating introductions. Whether you're a writer, a public speaker, or simply someone who loves the magic of words, this episode will unlock the secrets to crafting engaging and impactful beginnings. So let's dive in and explore the world of opening sentences. So, what is a sentence opener? Now, instead of starting your sentence with there all the time, we're going to be using some different sentence openers. Now, first, you need to know what a simple sentence is. Now, it's a sentence that consists of a single subject and a single predicate. And that means that there are no clauses. For example, David likes rugby. Now, David is the subject, and likes rugby is the predicate. And likes is the predicate verb. However, let's go into more complex sentence openers. Now, a complex sentence consists of a simple sentence joined with one or more dependent clauses. For instance, he was early for work because he caught the 7 o'clock train. Now, a dependent clause is a clause that is not a complete thought. Therefore, it cannot stand alone as a sentence. For example, because he caught the 7 o'clock train, and that makes you ask, what happened? So always try to use complex sentences in your writing. It will be more interesting than just using simple and compound sentences. And so this video here is going to concentrate on the use of sentence openers in complex sentences as well. And if you haven't already seen our clauses and phrases video, then go back onto our channel, then click on the screen right now and dive into that video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this right away. So which words could definitely not be used in place of the bold sentence openers if the meanings of the following sentences are to remain as much unchanged as possible? So what we're merely doing is replacing assured with one of these four words here. But remember, we cannot change the sentence. So again, if I go through this as an example, the correct answer is unaware. So unaware that the enemy would attack early in the morning, he doubled the number of sentences. So as we can see here, that unaware is not the same as believing, because that person did not know. So let's go ahead and dive into the next one and let's walk through that. So once again, remember, we are replacing the word in bold, which in this case is whenever, with one of the four that we have, but the sentence has to remain as much unchanged as possible. So let's go for an example. Let's take the first one. So each and every time they came to visit him, they always brought him a bottle of wine. Now that sounds right, but instead of whenever, it's going to be wherever, because wherever is not the same as whenever. So remember, we're looking for ones that cannot be used. We know that each and every time can be used, but because whenever and wherever are different, this cannot be used. Marvelous. Swiftly throwing a punch, he knocked the robber to the ground. So we've got lethargically, we've got nippily, quickly, and speedily. And because we're looking for the word that cannot be used, we're going to go for lethargically. And that is because it's not the same as swiftly doing something. In fact, lethargically is when you do something with little energy or in a way that shows you are unwilling to do something. Okay, let's go for the next question. When they finally made up their minds to go, they realized that it was too late. So once again, we're looking for the words that cannot be used in the place of when. And for that, it's going to be the word before. So before they finally made up their minds to go, they realized that it was too late. So this cannot be used, and that's our answer. So I hope you can understand the different sentence openers and what works and what doesn't. Don't forget to pause the video at any stage, attempt the question, and then press play when you're ready to go. Okay. Unable to swim any further, he rested against the edge of the pool. So again, what does this sentence mean? Well, it means that the subject cannot swim anymore. So he rested. So which word would you choose as a sentence opener that cannot be used in the place of unable? So if you're too feeble, that is very much similar. If you're powerless, I also agree. That's the same as unable. So we're going to go for the word able because that means you can do something. However, in the sentence, it shows that this subject was unable. So he was not able to swim any further. Marvelous. Let's go into the next question. Seriously wounded by the shrapnel, he was unable to crawl into the nearby trench. So you can see he's now been wounded. So he cannot crawl any further. So we know a synonym for seriously injured could be badly injured. But we're looking for the word that cannot be used. So we're going to go with grazed, because it's not the same level of extremity as seriously wounded. Okay, and the next one states, angered by the shop assistant's rudeness, she made a formal complaint to the manager. So again, we're looking for something that is not the same as angered. And we know furious or annoyed or irritated are all very much synonyms. So we're going to go with the word pacified. And remember, one thing to note, if you don't know the definitions of these words, use these as advantages to search them up and then write sentences, including them. You're doing great so far, so let's keep it up. Although he knew where she was, he did not reveal her hiding place. So again, we're looking for words that cannot be used in place of although. And if you found it already, we've got however, as however is not the same as although. Over to the next question. Distressed by the loss of her puppy, she posted a reward in the local newspaper. So again, we can see how she is feeling. Quite distraught, quite saddened by the loss of her puppy, but she wouldn't feel content. Because again, content is not the same as distressed. In fact, content is when you're satisfied with what you have, which she certainly isn't. And that there brings us to the end of our video. Now, as we come to the end of our journey through sentence openers, remember that the first words you choose hold the power to captivate, inspire, and connect with your audience. So whether it's the beginning of a story, a speech, or even a conversation, let your openings shine with creativity and purpose. And before we head off, I've got a little game here for you. Now, we've got numbers 1 all the way to 48. So I'd like to see if you could play a game with another person and write out as many sentence openers as you can. You've got an advantage now by looking at some through the video. Don't forget to comment and like our video for more relevant content. Thank you for joining us on this linguistic adventure. Until next time, keep experimenting and keep the world of words alive.